Welcome back to a new video. My name is Michael, and in this video I'm gonna show you the only 3 lenses you will need. Yes, you can start out with only 1 lens, but once you move out to a more professional level and you're doing client work, you need a bigger arsenal. And with these 3 lenses you can cover all different type of work. As a matter of fact, I have these 3 lenses in my camera bag all the time, and I use them on pretty much 95% of all my shoots. The lenses I'm using are Canon lenses, but I think the focal length and the aperture is the more important part, and not which brand you use. Assistant, bring me the lens. Thank you. So the first lens is a wide lens. It's a 16 to 35 millimeters with an aperture of 2.8. This is a wide lens and it's good for overview shots when you need to shoot buildings, locations, if you are in a narrow space. And because it's a zoom lens, it's also very versatile. Sometimes I use this as my only lens for B-roll footage, if I'm going for a more simple approach. I also use this lens for lots of handheld footage, where I can run around with the camera a bit more. I think this lens is perfect for the beginner, but once you become more professional and you do more advanced type of shooting, I think you can appreciate this lens even more. Nytt objektiv. I want the 35mm. 35? And the second lens is a 35mm fixed lens with an aperture of 1.4. I love this lens and I use it all the time, mostly when I shoot handheld. The focal length is not too narrow, so you can move around with it, but it's also not too wide, so you will get some depth in your footage. This is also the perfect focal length for shooting handheld interviews to get a more documentary feeling to it. If I can only pick one focal length to shoot with, I think this is the one. Not too wide, not too close, just lagom. Nytt objektiv. Jag snodde jag från London. Tog från kontoret. And the third lens is of course the classical 50mm with an aperture of 1.2. I use this lens for almost all the interviews I'm shooting. It's great for B-roll and to get these really close-up shots. There is a saying that the 50mm lens is equivalent to the human eye and what we see. And I guess that's why it's so good for interviews and talking head shots. As I said, these are the lenses I use almost all the time. I have an 8 to 15 and a 70 to 200mm lens as well, but I rarely use them. They are very nice lenses, but for the most of the work I'm doing, they're not needed. I have all my lenses in Canon EF mount, and yes, I'm a bit old school. I've been a filmmaker for over 10 years now. And with the EF mount, I can use all my lenses on my RED camera, but also on my still camera, a Canon 5D, which means I only need to bring one set of lenses to the shoot. That's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Yes, these lenses are expensive, but you can find cheaper options from other brands. The important part is the focal length. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna end this video with some shaky, handheld 16mm shots. Goodbye.